My name is Pete Williams. I went to Stanford University in California. It was the 1970s. It was the anti-war movement, anti-Vietnam War. So that sort of culture comes to mind. The styles, everybody wore bell-bottom pants and had long hair and wore waffle stomper boots. I went to Stanford because I wanted to go to a place that offered choice. I thought I was going to major in electrical engineering. That's what I thought I was going to do. I was a whiz at calculus in high school, and I just thought that's what I wanted to follow. I got there, I started taking engineering, and I realized it was not for me. And so I switched to journalism, and I think it's worked out for me. The decision left the big questions unanswered. Frankly, always wanted to be a journalist. When I was 8 years old, I had a neighborhood newspaper, which cost exactly 1 cent and was probably overpriced. But it had fascinating articles about who was growing what in their gardens and who was going where on vacation and what new pets were in the neighborhood. When I realized engineering wasn't for me, I could transfer over to the communication department at Stanford. There was a campus radio station. There were some great classes, and I realized that writing for me and reporting was much more rewarding. I basically followed my heart, and I think that's the best advice. You know, as they say, you have to follow your bliss. This is going to be something that you do for the rest of your life. My father was a rather conservative man whom I respected greatly and loved very much. And when I told him I was going to major in electrical engineering, he thought that was great. Then I came home in the summer and he said, "So how's everything going?" And I said, "Well, Dad, I think I'm going to switch my major to journalism." He didn't speak to me for 3 weeks. He thought that was a terrible mistake, that journalists are a bunch of bums, that they just go to cocktail parties and stuff their pockets with hors d'oeuvres and they're freeloaders. And he was really quite upset with me. He thought it was a terrible choice, that I would not be able to provide for my children, that I was throwing my career away. And I sort of slinked back to school and felt really bad. And then a couple of weeks later, there arrived an envelope, and I opened it up, and it was a press clipping, and he just had written on the top, "Thought you'd be interested in this," which I thought was a peace offering. And things improved after that. But I think the message there is that, you know, parents sometimes find it hard to accept the choices that their children make because they have a vision of what they want them to succeed, what they think will make them happy, and sometimes they're not always right.
Hey, NBC News fans, thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Subscribe by clicking on that button down here and click on any of the videos over here to watch the latest interviews, show highlights, and digital exclusives. Thanks for watching.